I will be your guiding light. We'll make it to the other side. I know you're putting up a good fight, so I will always be your lifeline. 'Cause there are wars and there are battles, and there are monsters in the shadows. If you get tired and start to struggle, lean on me here in the shallow. I will lead you home. I'll lift you up out of the deep end when you can't help yourself from sinking. I'll give you something to believe in. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. Ooh, I'll lift you up, I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up, I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up, I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. There's nothing wrong with darkness. I'll hear you cry out in the silence. And when you feel the water rising, I'll keep your head above from drowning. Know you got scars and you got bruises. You're in a fight but you'll get through it. A battle no one wins or loses. I promise you it's only human. We will overcome. I'll lift you up out of the deep end when you can't help yourself from sinking. I'll give you something to believe in. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. Deep end. I will lead you home. I'll lift you up out of the deep end when you're just holding on and drowning, and there's nowhere left, barely breathing. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up out of the deep end when you can't help yourself from sinking. I'll give you something to believe in. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up out of the deep end. I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up.
All right, we're trying something new out a little bit. I have a tripod that I've actually had for a while, but I'm trying to be more intentional. Like that's intention's one of my words, one of my like authentic code words, and like literally micro level like applications, you know. So anyway, I'm hoping that this stays because it's cheap, so it kind of leans and stuff like that. So we're gonna see how it goes. It is Friday. I am about to head out. I have a networking coffee thing here shortly. Give you a little bit of an update because I took December off basically from vlogging, and I wanted to kind of catch up. So I'm not gonna get into everything just because it's personal healing stuff, but I did want to touch on where I'm at mentally right now. And one of the beautiful things, because I know a lot of y'all are on your own healing journeys, because I see your messages and your comments, I wanted to give you an update on my end because I had therapy yesterday, and something she called out to me was what a transformative year 2024 was for me in ways I didn't even know. Like there's so many things I had hoped for last year that I didn't get. And what I actually got instead, like, laid a new foundation for my life. And there's all of these things. And something I had said to her, and like what kind of was the catalyst for that whole conversation, was I know, like, to my core, I know as much as last year didn't go the way I wanted it to go, it went the way it had to go. And I learned there's no way I would have processed and learned what I did had it not been the trajectory that it went. So I think I learned a lot about surrender last year. I learned patience in sort of like a reverse engineer way, but I learned a lot about something she called out to me was you spent so much time taking care of other people, and this was the first time that you got to take care of you basically got to take that effort and put it on yourself, and you take care of yourself, and the amount of good that has done me. And I'm so grateful in a way for, as hard as last year was, in ways that I have shared and ways I haven't. uh it had to go the way it did because there were so many little like side quest lessons that I learned through those difficulties and hardships. I know it's pretty common now with that let them theory. I got to test that with people that are, you know, very close to me, whether that's family or friends or whatever. A combination of let them and something my therapist taught me was gather information, don't make meaning. Because I make meaning. And she's like, just gather information, don't make meaning. Don't fill in the blanks for them, let them do it themselves. Or let them leave it blank. And so I thought about that because I was like looking back on the year and I was doing a lot of reflecting without judgment. So not even just so much as like, but actually being able to say, man, okay, that went a different direction. But you know what? If I detach from the outcome, like when you shoot an arrow, you still look at where the arrow landed, even if it's not in the target. So when you look at where it landed, like, oh, it's not necessarily what I wanted, but I can learn from that. They can inform me going forward. And I thought, like, God, that was such a great year for that. Like, it really broke down so much of who I was and how I was and the value I gave to other people. And one of the big things I learned, especially towards the very end of last year, was to reclaim my power. To stop letting people get away with things, like, let them. And if they give you an answer you don't want, or they give you nothing and still expect something, no, no, no. Because as I get better, it's like anything. As you get better, you get more expensive. And I don't mean that in like a trivial way, but I do mean like cream rises to the top. Not everything comes with you. Access is harder. And it should be, because you know what you're protecting. And that's something she called out to me yesterday. It was a couple of things specifically. And one was like, you've really learned in a way that doesn't feel novel anymore, how to boundary, because I got my boundaries tested yesterday. And instead of being like, oh, why don't they get it? It's just like, I can explain it to you. I can't understand it for you. So I'm done. And that is so liberating, because I've always been a had to make something out of nothing kind of person. And now it's like, no, I'm making it for me. I'm not making it for anybody else. So that being said, that was the kind of yuckier bits. The good bits were I had the best Christmas I can remember having. It was beautiful. It was so peaceful and quiet, and like nobody was here, just me and the babies. But I had presents for them, and I had presents from Beth on Christmas Day. We exchange gift boxes every year, so I waited to Christmas Day and opened them, and they were so lovely. And then I had presents from my friends Becky and David, and then I wound up going to her or his, they're a couple, his parents' house that night for Christmas, and just to be around a family that's like genuinely happy with each other and like love each other. And there's no, I mean, it was chaotic, but it was that like a holiday movie, family movie chaotic. It was like cute. It was just so nice. It just felt like such a gift to be able to see that at this point in my life. Like right now, it just felt very like apt and like such a sign. So that was beautiful. And I literally, I had such nice gifts this year from such dear friends that have been shoulder to shoulder with me this entire process, and it meant the world to me. And it was so lovely. And I just felt like I had a bunch of people kind of concerned that I was going to be a little down. I was like, actually, I'm great. I would like to do that again. In fact, that was really perfect. So then going into the new year, I am making some major changes with my life off YouTube that I don't share. But I'm also things I am sharing. I said this. Actually, you're gonna see this my next video. I kind of do a deep dive. So it's got some intentions going into the new year. One is like the biggest one that you're definitely gonna see is I'm doing a low buy for 2025 for multiple reasons. I do something called To Be Magnetic. It's a neural manifestation program, and it's been amazing to me. I love it. It's so worth it. And one of the things you do in that process is you do something called your authentic code, and they're doing an authenticity challenge right now. So I've been on this challenge for like over a month. And my code for 2024, it's about 4 words. 2 of the words are coming into 2025, and those 2 words are sensuality and ease. And then the words that I'm leaving behind are love and intuition, and the words I'm replacing them with are connection and intention. My environment and how I feel dictates everything. Like it dictates my output. It dictates who I am that day and how I show up in anything. So it is like paramount that I protect that, invest in that, da 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 da. Sensuality, intention, connection, and ease. We talked sensuality. Intention is what is influencing the low buy. So I want to be incredibly intentional with all of my resources in 2025. I've just been on this massive healing journey that has touched every single element of my life. And going into this next chapter, I'm turning 40 this year. And one of the things I really want to do is I never want to go through what I just went through again. I never want to go through that brutal. I mean, that was brutal. It was just devastating. I want to fortify myself in tangible and intangible ways. And the tangible is where the low buy kicks in, because I really want to make sure that I am anything I spend as intentionally as humanly possible. That means I'm breaking up with Amazon. I'm going to put as much effort as humanly possible into, if I need it, how can I source it as aligned as possible? So whether that's, vintage or secondhand, or if it's just, a local maker or something, keeping my dollar in my local community, small business, like stuff like that. Like, can I just be more intentional with my spend? And then for my future self, so I never do this again, I'm going to be like, my number one thing is financial fortification. So savings and investment. If you have followed me for a while, I wanted to go to Scotland for my 40th. I'm obviously not going to do that this year. There are things I do want to do that would require me to spend money. Like I want to get my ear pierced for my 40th. I want to get both of them pierced, but I've had that done before, and they did both at the same time. And I know now I've had that lived experience. I want to do it again. I want to do one at a time, let it heal, and then do the other one. So I plan on like treating myself to that at some point this year when the time comes, and then take care of my house. So I want to like art, furniture, continue furnishing it. I'm not in a rush. It'll take what it takes. I don't plan on leaving this house unless like they wind up selling it or something like that. But I'll be here until I'm not. That being said, like I want to start taking further steps in making it even more me. Another thing on that front is, clothing. Like as I've lost all that weight, and just getting dressed can be really challenging. So if I have to buy clothing, I want to, and I kind of go into this in a lot like more depth in that next video, but just being really buy once, cry once. You buy quality, it lasts forever. Most of my clothes that I can still wear are very old. So I'm living proof that it does work. That philosophy does work. And then ease. So for me, ease is about a regulated nervous system, about prioritizing my rest, about having a balanced life. I just want it to feel fulfilling and uplifting and not draining. Yeah, they all talk to each other. But those are New Year's intentions. That's what I'm starting the year off with. I also noticed it really helps me with my whelm. Like if you get overwhelmed, I've learned there's so many things I learned last year I didn't even necessarily intend to learn, but it was just sort of like a side quest thing. And I look at it now and I'm like, oh, I have a totally different outlook on stuff now. And I feel so firm in my boundaries and so firm in my power and myself in a way I've never felt more comfortable in my own skin. I've never felt more curious, more open-minded. I feel like I've always been open-minded, but I don't even like hypothesize really anymore. I just sort of like, let's see, you know? I don't know, let's find out. And I kind of love that. Like it suits me right now. I'm also ready. I feel very ready for what's coming. It's like time. So yeah, no romantic. I know someone's gonna say that. I don't have any romantic goals for 2025. Not to say it won't happen, but I'm not putting any effort on my end into anything. Whatever happens, happens. I am much more focused on me and making sure that I take care of me and my babies, and that's it. So I just want to be really proud of myself and what I've accomplished. And I want to do it in a way because I learned, especially towards the very end of 2024, there were a lot of answers I got that I kind of didn't expect to get. And that one of the things I learned is people will help you how they can or they won't. And it's up to you. My therapist says to me all the time, don't make meaning, gather information. Just gather the information, don't assign meaning to it. And that's hard for me. And that's why she says this to me. Also, let them. Like, don't save them. Don't give something for nothing. And one of the things I really learned that's been so good after I processed it was they say no, you say no back. They do not get access for nothing. They do not get something for nothing. And that's okay, and actually to audit that and say, this looks better without it. Like it's not of value to me anymore. I don't want this relationship. I don't want this dynamic. I don't want the mental spend on this. I don't want any of it. I just, to hell with it. I know how much work I've put into myself and I'm not bringing this back into my life. And now that I don't even have to think about it, I just sort of, this is a firm line. Cool. Like what else we got? Because I don't have to process that again. I'm done. And that's one of the beautiful things I've learned in therapy. And I have a fabulous therapist, but one of the things I really learned was like, once you unpack it, you don't have to pick it back up. You just leave that suitcase. This shit gets a lot lighter when you put down about 40 years worth of shit you've been carrying around with you. It's like amazing. I've already started to notice. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and just listening to her like justify something about someone else. And I was like, oh, wow. Like we're on different, and this isn't like a judgment thing. It was like, we're on different paths. But I actually caught myself being like, I don't have to tag in on that. Like she's talking to me and venting to me and I'm giving the feedback she's asking for. But like, I don't have to then take it's like a relay. I don't have to take the thing and run with it. Like I'm done. I've done what she asked me to do. I can walk. And that's a small, tiny example, but it was like a way I have integrated a boundary. And it was just like a little thing, but it was still like, oh, and it's like, but I clocked it. Cause I was like, I just am done with that. Like, I'm not holding on to it. Cool. And then I had a bigger test of it and I had the same reaction where it's just like, nope, I don't have to pick that up. That's not my problem. Nope. So love. Oh, I got, I keep messing with this. This is a gift I got for Christmas from my friend Becky. She, and her boyfriend. It's a handmade from a small business and it's my sun, moon, and rising, in gold. And I love it. I haven't taken it off since they put it on me. So I'm so happy. I had a really beautiful Christmas. I got that. I got this gorgeous memorial stained glass piece where it's like it's plastic. It's like a thing you put on your window. For Adelaide, some really lovely selenite. I got some really beautiful, very meaningful gifts, and it was just so nice. I'm walking into the new year with like connections that I really value and that I want to continue. And then also now I know I made some good friends last year. Like I made a couple of new friends that I am really grateful that I made. And it's like, oh, I'm really looking forward to deepening that friendship. And that's one of the beautiful things with time. As you shed, you make room for new. And the new people, I'm like, this is fun. And I'm not projecting onto it. And that's, again, making meaning. I'm just letting things happen. But it's been just really, it's like a way to learn patience and surrender. That's the thing I told her. Like, I learned surrender and patience in weird ways this year, but I really did. And it feels great. So that's what's up. I'm going to go do this. And then my goal this weekend, if I don't talk to you before I put this video up, just so you know what I'm doing, my goal this weekend is to take down Christmas as much as possible. So I'd like to get most of it packed up and then put away if I can. It didn't take me all that long to put it up, and it typically takes me less time to pack it up because I'm not as, I'm not like decorating, I'm just undoing it. So I'd love to crank it out in 2 days. I think I can, which makes me so happy. So with any luck, I'll get that done. That'd be a huge help. And then I can walk into the next week like ready to go. Just makes me feel better, you know? It's also kind of nice. One of the things I'd noticed this about myself going into this year is I don't have any physical goals. There's like things I want to keep my walk, and I want to like start toning up more, but it's so much more about functional than it is about like, I want my ass to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing any of that. But I felt like this is the most comfortable in my own skin I've ever been. I just am living for me. I don't care what you think about me. I just don't care anymore. And I love that. There's this beautiful liberation that has come. And I think it's a combination of just what I've been through, paired with midlife, paired with just everything. But I finally am living for me. And it's not a novel thought anymore. But I do notice that, like, because it's not novel anymore, I protect it now. Where it's like, oh, no, I know what it's like to not live for me. So, like, thou shalt not pass. I hope you're having a good start to your new year, your Gregorian calendar new year. And if you're waiting until springtime with Mother Nature, I kind of am too on some stuff. I think that's when a lot of things are going to really lift off. I'm just sort of doing my structural stuff right now, my Saturnian things.
Stand tall now, for goodness sake. Skies burning on full display. This one and only gift before me, holding every breath in place, severing slowly, meant to show me how we know that even when we're lost we're found.
Hi, Junie. Hi, Willie. Okay, we gotta go potty. But what I wanted to show you. Oh my God, that's just body slam. You body slamming, Mama. That's Mom. That's. I de-Christmas my. Oh my God. Okay, let's go potty. I de-Christmas my house. So I just wanted to show you this. Oh my God. Hi, Willie. Okay, I need coffee. But I de-Christmas the house yesterday. I didn't vlog it because I just really wanted to get it done. I need to like vacuum. I need to change out my. I took my my flowers down, so I want to fix that today, and I want to vacuum up all the crap, like a little, I mean, it was a fake tree, but still there's like a couple of needles that have fallen, and yeah, I just want to get that done today. That's like my home project. And then I want to move I have to find I have to move that back. Something I noticed was when I put my mirror back up on the wall, I actually noticed it when I took it down, that like the flow, I know there's like a bunch of different benefits to having a mirror by your front entrance, but I definitely noticed the impact of it being gone. So it was really nice to put it up again. I'm gonna put my chair back to normal. We're having a nice little day. She says, I'm not done, brother.